only Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D, number one seed, home field, bye week.
All of those things apply. My name is Neil Rule. D-Mac here, back in the fold. Of course, that is Darren McCarty. We got Spencer Raxter in the building. Spenmo.
Hello.
Hey, Spenmo, we were talking, man. The holidays, that ish is over.
Yep.
There's no parking spots anymore.
Gyms are packed.
Gyms are packed. Like, it's over. It's all over.
Speaking of that, Neil, from you and Spenny, from your experience, I'd ask Stick, who's in on the ones and twos today, but he's always here or doing something with Woodward, so he doesn't know what the inside of the gym looks like because he's always working. But you guys are.
Sure, that's
how
right.
long? What's the over/under on the date before it gets back to normal? Because isn't it New Year's resolution time? Why the gyms are so packed? When does the water find its level?
The studies show it's the third Friday of January.
All right. Spenny, keep me updated on that.
I will.
Yeah.
It's the third Friday of January. So that'll be the time where that gets back to normal. But yeah, as you said, Stick in the building. Stick, what's good?
You know, just hanging out in the sound booth, checking things out, making sure things are going well over here. We got a new sound guy starting next week. Good friend of mine. Used to work at WJLB with me, so I'm excited to have him here.
Strong songs.
Yeah. Oh, God. When they went away with the strong... Remember the slow jams at night?
Yeah.
Oh, the quiet.
The Quiet Storm, yeah.
Oh, I love that program.
Oh, man, I miss WJLB.
Hey, real quick, boys.
JLB's still around.
No, I know.
Ollie is electric coverage this weekend. Electric coverage by Woodward Sports. Saw a lot. I was out playing wrestling and stuff like this, but caught a lot of the shows driving. And guys nailed it from the pregame shows to the watch parties to the after parties. And you know what? To everybody out there, let your friends know. Welcome to Woodward Sports. Get those subs in because it ain't getting any smaller. And if you want to know how it's going to go, tune into Big D Energy because the Messiah is just, you know what? You said something yesterday when I tuned in about, are you the chosen one?
I can see the light others can't see.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So far, so good as far as your narrative. Because you were on point, Neil, and I don't think that you would have saw it going down the way that it did of us holding them to no touchdowns. But you did say game plan wise double digits, and the game played out the way that it did. It looked like a team that was comfortable being in the moment, and a team that this was brand new.
No, it did, D-Mac, and as I thought about it some more as well. Got the mic sliding on me there. As I thought about it as well, D-Mac, they still got in the 30s. We even talked about this yesterday. Lions still got in the 30s. Like, that was a slugfest of a first half, and they still got in the 30s.
Which is incredible. Where it's, the bend but don't break and the adjustments and stuff like this. And what I saw, right, and I saw early in the first half where something was, and I think whoever broadcast was commenting on it, that maybe this was the toughest test early on, that it looked like the offensive line and a little bit to adjust. But again, patience, resilience, game plan, and everybody together, because into the third and fourth quarter, what happened? Just what you said.
Truth came
Our
out.
dominance on both lines were pushing. Early in the game, you could say, "Oh, Minnesota did a great job and confusing you." One of my favorite plays of the whole year was pre-snap, where I watched Jared Goff audible. I watched like 9 guys in the backfield of Minnesota run around, him re-audible, them adjust. I watched 3 sets of adjustments before the ball was snapped. Cat and mouse playing chess. I think Peter Spivak said it's time to play checkers and pound these guys, and that's exactly what we did. So that's also maturity. That's also winning the game. It's a 60-minute football game, and you showed why you are the kings of the North and of the NFC.
And you know who got in the 30s again as well and won again? Cade Cunningham and the Pistons.
Absolutely, they did. Shout
Tim
out.
Hardaway Jr. strictly about his buckets, scoring only, no assists, no rebounds, no steals, no blocks. I think he just had 26 points. Shout out, he needed it. And
they needed every one of them.
Yep.
They won without their fastball, Spenny.
Yes, they
did.
did.
They did not play well. They would be the first ones to tell you they did not play well.
That shows you this is a good team. That shows you this is legit. It's a worse team are going up against the Trailblazers. Obviously, they're juiced up. They're trying to win for Chauncey on Chauncey night. And the Pistons didn't have it, but they still found a way to win. And I'm going on Saturday. I'm going to be in LCA.
Toronto in town.
Yeah, Raptors coming into town.
Are their fans still going to be the North people, but now that they suck, they're off that?
I don't know. I just can't wait to see.
What are you talking about? They're just happy
there.
their prime minister resigned.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't say that. Hi, I got the passport.
Yeah.
I'm a citizen. I can comment. I can comment. But no, yeah, props to them, man. They won without their fastball. And
But does that not show the maturity?
Yep.
And there's levels.
no way
to
they
this.
win that game last year. No way.
Absolutely not. So they can do it in different ways and different guys stepping up. And Spenny, if Tim Hardaway Jr. doesn't have an assist, a rebound the rest of the year, but puts up 26.
Take it.
Right?
We'll take
Absolutely.
that.
Guys playing their roles.
Yep. He's a gun for hire. And he went out there, he's shooting. And we needed it because, Malik Beasley, he was 0 of 9
made the one.
Until the last 20 seconds of the game.
I love that.
He knocked down the one you needed him to give them the lead. And it wasn't secure the game because Anthony Simmons couldn't miss, but it gave you some breathing room.
It was over.
Yeah.
In retrospect, it was over at that point.
That was the dagger.
And I love that, too, when guys do that. He was 0 for 9.
Oh, yeah.
But then he finished 1 for 10, and it was the one.
But it also goes to in the huddle and stuff like this. It says you're getting the ball. You're our guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they lean on each other, and that goes further on. I don't expect Malik Beasley to be 1 for 10 hitting his last shot again, but they got away with it and they found a way to win.
The Rook played a good game. It was like you said, it wasn't their best game, but that shows again the leadership of Cade Cunningham because he still had a fantastic game. He was 39-6. And the leadership of JB Bickerstaff and
that's
making
the one.
sure they fight back and win that game.
JB Bickerstaff, by the way. B-ball Paul Reed, 0 for 1 field goals, 6 minutes, plus 12.
Plus 12, yep.
Highest in the team in plus minus.
Yeah. Shout out
Quick
B-ball Paul.
question for you basketball guys. From me perspective, right, when we're talking about changes or differences, when we go to the wings, obviously the coach. But Asura Thompson, has he not made it? Look at since he's been back or whatever it is, the youth, the energy, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That to me just adds that extra something that has enabled them to go on this little run.
Asura Thompson is JB Bickerstaff's wet dream. Like he is the perfect player to fit what Coach Bickerstaff wants to do.
He can deploy him.
You can put him out there when he needs him. He could say, "All right, oh shit, this guy's killing us. All right, Asar, go out there and lock him down."
Guard 1 through 4.
Go, and he is a perfect fit for that scheme with him, Cade, and Ron. When those three get out there and get defending on the wingman,
Ron's all red ass out there as a rookie.
Yeah, it's next year. Obviously, they're still young, and they're still next
NBA
year.
Finals.
It's going to be hard to find a better trio of wing defenders than Cade Cunningham, Ron Holland, and
That's why it's different.
Yeah.
They defend.
Let him cook.
Woodward Sports chat thread, by the way. Jump in there. You want to skip the line? Go the super chat route. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Over 76,000 of you have already. We're put. I can't help but chuckle every time, man.
Every time.
I can't help but chuckle.
I just love what I want to do is go back and clip every time you're updating where they are and just run it back. Oh, we're up to 75. Oh, we're up to 73. Oh,
it's like 1,000 inside of a week now. Every single week.
Every day it's multiple hundreds.
It is. It's wild. But Byrne did that with the super chat. The new Vikings cope is that they thrive being the underdogs.
Yep.
No, you don't shrink at every big moment. You have Minneapolis Miracles, and you get your butts kicked by Nick Foles. And then Steve DeYoung chimed in and said, the Vikings went from losing to Danny Dimes to losing with Danny Dimes. But, hey, they improved. Man. That's a hell of an arc.
That is an arc. The Danny Dimes arc. Danny Dimes Minnesota arc. They got him paid, and now they're paying him.
Wait for the 30 for 30. Right. Danny Dimes.
Pete Smith in the chat. Pistons are 1 game out of the 6th spot and at 500. They are right next to the Bucks.
Yeah. And
Think about that.
Jerry Alexander says it. I'm saying it for a couple weeks now, and people didn't like it at first, but that all-star shit for Cade, that's done. That's locked in. He should be a starter at this point. It's all NBA.
Bro.
We're coming for all NBA.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham is one of the 15 best players in the National Basketball Association right now.
No,
And he should be all NBA.
he is. And it's definitely All-Star's non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
At this point. But, hey, on the flip side of that coin, if he does get screwed, like Kirby Joseph did, when you boil it
He
down,
won't.
it's
I will not let it happen.
Neil.
I promise you. I'm
Yeah, I
voting
don't know if
every
you
day.
guys know this or not, and you're always first onto it, but like you said, the chosen one or whatever like this, but now nationally, he's getting his flowers, the calling cow herds and everything. So he'll be fine because finally the pundits are getting on top of it. Must have been listening to you, bud.
No, it's you can't deny it, dude. And just what he's done, and now it's got the sex appeal to it. He's piling on the 30-point games, pushing 40-point games. That's the sex appeal.
And it started it started with step back 3-game winner over Kevin Durant. It started with the crossover in the lane, laying it up in the face of LeBron James, winning both of those games. Then you duel with one of the youngest rising stars in the NBA, in Anthony Edwards, 40-pack, get the win. And like you said, now he's just keeps going. It's undeniable at this point. The Pistons have the 3rd best record in the NBA since, I believe it's November 17th. The only teams ahead of them are the Thunder, who haven't lost, and the Cavs,
who literally haven't lost.
Yeah.
They've lost 4 games.
Yeah.
You remember how this started before Halloween? Well, they've lost 4 times since then. So it is wild. Jason Kenyon in the super chat called Sam Darnold being a pumpkin within the first half. Big Z sack was the beginning of the end. Saucer eyes throwing at a ghost. Amik was a dog shutting JJ down. I'd love to come take Maz's chair. Need a couch.
We do have a platform, so I got to say it. Pistons fans, Detroit sports fans, go out and vote for Cade Cunningham. Because it does matter. And he's going to make it regardless. But I want to see those numbers of Cade Cunningham's fan vote get up.
We got to pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this
you
racket.
Pump those up. The man deserves it. So, Pistons fans, go out and vote for your guy. I would love to. Oh, man. Damn, that hurts my heart. But I was going to say, Cade Cunningham, all-star game, and then would have been Jaden Ivey in the skills competition, but he's got to rest up, heal up. Malik Beasley, 3-point competition.
Who says no?
Ron Holland in the dunk contest.
Start a defense contest.
Put him out there.
You know the biggest maturity, though, for Cade, and Rick nailed it.
Yeah.
Like 9.5 assists.
That's where I was going
4
next.
Turnovers.
Yeah.
Yep.
What were we always saying? He's got to protect the ball. What's he doing? My favorite thing about Cade, out of all the finishing off games, was the game where he finished it off with a block. You know what I mean? Like both sides are and this does not go unnoticed. And the fact that they're winning also and getting themselves into that wild card, getting into the playoff hunt where everybody has to notice, how are they doing this? No, they're starting to become a little bit of the Cinderella in the NBA.
Yeah, and Tammy Chin in the Woodward Sports Chat, the Wings versus the Senators tonight at LCA. We're going to talk
Big
about
game.
that. Big game. Wings looking to make it 5
No
in a row.
bullshit. Big game.
Yeah. Both teams won 4 in a row, Pistons and Red Wings. Wings going and trying to make it 5 in a row against the Senators, which is kind of a little rivalry with this Red Wings team now.
They're the team that they're bad. It's in the same position right now as an organization and whatever. It's Buffalo, Ottawa, and Detroit. Who's going to make that next step to the playoffs and whatever? So this is a great test in both of these teams trying to get to where they want to.
Woodward Sports Chat thread, and Rax had a 9.5 assist a game and less than 4 turnovers is the biggest growth in his game for me. And guys, I talked about this the day he got drafted. I talked about this last year and into this year. That's the last thing that comes. It is. That's when you're a young player, D-Mac, you chime in here. Did you turn the puck over more as a rookie and a second-year player or more as a vet? Duh. Like, I mean, people don't understand that. They're like, well, he turns it over too much. Get him out of here. Like, no,
you know what
that's part of this.
You know what it is? The game slows down, right? So your decision-making, even though it's the same amount of time in your head, the time and space continuum, it slows down. And You know where the pressures are coming from. For me, like if the puck's coming around the boards and you just know, you can feel down.
The game is very, and he plays at that methodical pace too. So it's slowed down. He's seeing the court a lot better, and it definitely helps when you've got capable teammates on your team, when you've got shooters.
Shout out Trajan Langdon,
team.
man.
Yeah.
He changed through the stroke of a couple pens.
Yes.
He changed the franchise. You can't deny it.
No, you can't.
You can't deny it.
Trajan Langdon has been nothing but excellent so far. Obviously, this is just his first year, but look at the results. You're a 500 team in January.
And this won't be popular, but Tom Gores came out firing with the bank account.
Yes, he did.
With the checkbook.
I'll respect Tom Gores forever for what he does.
Because no owners do that.
Yeah.
Because that means you're wrong.
Yeah,
it's not the money. It's being wrong. No, but he did it, man, so he deserves a ton of credit. Real quick before we cut to the break, Denver Blair. Kirby got snubbed by the NFL. Numbers don't lie. This is my one geeky thing I'll do before we go to the break. And I was listening to the podcast this morning by my guys over there at Spot Track. The one good thing about it, when you're on a rookie deal and you do get a Pro Bowl, that accelerates your contract growth at the end of your rookie contract.
Yeah.
So if you do want to get tagged, if you make 2 Pro Bowls on your rookie deal, you're automatically tagged at the top after your rookie deal's done.
So as long as he makes a Pro Bowl, it's the saving grace, the consolation, I guess.
Yeah, it's good for the Lions financially.
Okay,
you know what I'm
so-
saying? Now they've proven they're not like that.
Right.
It's not the Bengals we're talking about, but I'm just saying by the numbers. It's good by the numbers, okay? Hey, you got to think about the health of the franchise here financially. It's how we got good, everybody. All right.
Dante 151 with the super chat saying Asar Thompson for the dunk contest. Come on now. And Robert Sloppy Toppenheimer saying Thompson twins in the dunk contest would be hype. And those Thompson twins, it's tough to find better athletes than those kids in the NBA.
Yes. All right. Yeah, let's do it, everybody. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. That's right. Use a promo code Woodward1000. Scan the QR code on the screen right above my head, right up there. Make your first deposit. Use a promo code Woodward1000. Then you can make your first bet all the way up to $1,000. If your first bet loses, you'll get it back as a free bonus bet. It's almost like a do-over, everybody. You get to try it again. Vikings fans, you got a lot of free bets right now because, you're betting on the Vikings. You know how that ended. I tried to help you, but you didn't listen. But anyway, promo code Woodward1000. It's Caesars Sportsbook, man. They're one of the OGs in the betting game, as a matter of fact. The app is smooth. It's visually appealing. That's a good thing as well. It doesn't glitch out. The live lines update immediately, and tons of betting markets. It checks every box for your sports bet. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you will. We got Tully, everybody.
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce, Michigan Sports' Spines. Dr. Pierce will be here today to talk about, how's Terry and Arnold's ankle. Anyways, you can catch Dr. Pierce Tuesdays on Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Hey, trust the guy that Darren McCarty, trusted with his career. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsandSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. The audio thing, by the way, that's a YouTube thing, not a Woodward Sports thing. So you have to refresh your feed, I guess. I'm being told that is what the hookup is on there. So for the one in the chat that said, I'll just go watch something else, I guess. Okay, goodbye. Good luck. You know you're back here.
Their stuff's going to be audio messed up, too.
Yeah, well, and it's not going to be as good.
Well,
that's,
I didn't think that needed to be said.
You know what I'm saying? So good luck. Jump into that super chat if you want to jump the line. We'll get right to you. But yeah, we are sitting here doing it. And Ninja Ginja, audio stuttering, YouTube issue. Refresh your feed. That's what I was told by the YouTube folks. So that there is that out there as well. Spenny, you put this one on here. And, usually I'm in tune with everything, but I'm intrigued because I'll be learning about it for the folks that haven't learned about it as well. Dan Graziano had a Ford Field experience, huh?
Yeah, he tweeted this out. This is his Ford Field experience. He said, the Ford Field experience is wild. One break, they introduce Calvin Johnson. The next, Barry Sanders. They play Eminem's song and show Eminem in the suite. Deafening reactions. They play Circle of Life. Everyone holds up their babies over their heads. They have the cringiest post-touchdown song in the league,
Fair.
Which is really saying something. I'm sold. I don't see how anyone comes in and wins here.
No, I mean, I detect no lies.
No,
in
no
any
lies
of
are
that.
told.
Dude, if you haven't seen, right, when they played Lose Yourself, this, and if you haven't been in there, but this one seemed, I asked Jesse because he was there, and I said, when I watched it, it seemed, when they showed Eminem,
It seemed extra.
It seemed extra. And then, that you show the noise cam and stuff like this. But think about all that, from where we've come from and stuff like this to that. The best part is the Circle of Life.
Yeah, that's what I was
The Circle of Life
just gonna
is
say.
the best part because we're all in. And how many? They're all like, half of them are dressed up as lions and.
But here's the best part. It's gotten bigger than just actual kids. People are bringing in baby dolls and holding them up. I saw a buddy hold up his grown-sized friend. like it's become such a funny thing where people are holding up grown-ass men to put them on the Circle of Life cam. Fun times to be at Ford Field. Much better than the paper bags over the head, Ford Field.
No question.
Much better.
Much better. David Witt, forward down the field.
I want to put a little nuance to that. And it's a funny tweet, right? He made it, but he's right. And you can thank Sheila Ford Hand for that.
Dude, don't
you can
give
thank
me...
Sheila Ford Hand for Calvin being there, for Barry being there,
Had to
for
repair it.
Eminem being there. Like that, she made that happen.
She took the booze for Calvin. Remember when they brought back Calvin to try to fix that? And she just walked out there
and wore it.
She owned it. And that, that takes balls. Whether she's a woman or not, that takes balls.
Please refresh my memory or not. Has she got her flowers yet?
Not
from
enough.
the fans?
Not enough.
Not enough. No, 100 million %. 100 million %. You were mentioning about Tom Gores.
Yeah.
Earlier, and you go around and look at the ownership. I mean, we talk and obviously the team, but I mean from the top, she said not on my watch, and I guess it goes to Martha to hand her the power, but she knew. I'd love to sit down and talk to her because this isn't like, oh, she stumbled into it. This is what she's wanted to do that her dad wouldn't let her do forever and ever and ever and ever. I mean, and thank God we're here now, but I mean, it could be like, because this is the way it's supposed to be, right? Like that experience that is what Detroit is now, all together, right? And no bigger place than in our stadiums, right? The same sort of, we experience that with the Tigers, when at the end of the year and stuff like this. So I'm glad that, definitely flowers, but to me, I mean, Sheila has not gotten the flowers that she has deserved, I think, from all of us, the fan base, to realize it because she is the integral part. Without her, none of this happens.
Isn't it bizarre that the son of a super successful owner takes over a franchise in this city and can't reach that success, but the daughter of somebody who had zero success in that lane takes over and has success? It's like she learned what not to do while Chris was learning what to do, but just didn't listen. It's weird. It's weird that those, and that's a microcosm of life, right? You can choose how to learn from your parents. They did it wrong. I learned how to do it the right way, or they did it wrong, and I'm going to follow in their footsteps.
And Sheila establishes the level of petty too. We talk about the pettiness of Dan Campbell. Remember, Sheila Ford Hamp applied for a job in the NFL front office and was denied. So she said, "Okay, I'll just take over the Lions and we'll win a fucking Super Bowl."
How about that?
So how about that? Take that, Raj.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
You know, if speaking of that, and you know how they'll do that, right? Like moments before the kickoff, they'll pan around, they'll go to Eminem, they'll put Barry on there. The production people at Ford Field for the NFC Championship game, you find her and you put her on camera,
Yes.
like
it.
right before the kickoff. Do you want to pop?
Just
We
like
need her
I was
running out with
mentioning,
the
go
flag.
back and
We need
find
her leading the team out with the flag, running full speed.
Jesus
Sheila
Christ.
Hamp.
little aggressive. Just show her up in the booth, sitting there nice and sweet like she is.
Little aggressive.
Mumbling under her breath. Little aggressive stick.
No,
Of course it's stick. That's blue and silver paint lines under
the
her
Aiden
eyes.
Hutchinson eye black.
Come on, stick. You're getting a
boy
little
can dream.
aggressive.
Or a stick. I know what it is.
Oh,
Right? You got, if guys that are injured, they carry her out on a chariot.
right? Oh man, God, I love that woman.
Nick Pancone, she will get her flowers when she gets the NFC Championship trophy. I mean, that's a good spot too. Can you imagine when they hand off?
Oh my God.
When they win this
it's gonna
NFC
be
Championship,
deafening.
dude. And by the way, everybody be ready for that. That'll be your first round of tears.
Yes.
There's going to be an arc to D-Mac. You missed this discussion yesterday. It popped in my head, and I know it was good because I heard other stations talking about it today, so I know it was a good topic. It popped in my head yesterday, D-Mac, where I said, what do we understand that they are 60 minutes away from hosting the NFC Championship, and the NFC Championship game will be here? Can you imagine the emotional roller coaster that's going to be? And then I said, if they go to the Super Bowl, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to watch it and all that stuff? And Spenny piped in, D-Mac, and he goes, and it's going to choke me up again. He goes, I'm going to watch it with my dad.
No, I heard you. I was watching yesterday when you brought up this conversation, because I'm sure we've all, and I think it's in a lot of fan bases, if the Lions ever get to the Super Bowl, we're going. We're locked. You had mentioned that with your guy. And then now when you get in this situation, and maybe we said that 20 years ago, that's the whole thing. How long have we been saying that and waiting? Things have changed. But you know what this organization and has brought back with the building of this, like you said, it's family. And it's how much that the team means individual. Like, right, you want to be around family and friends. I think it's just the day party. It's going to, there's going to be huge parties, but I think you want to spend this first experience together. Like we have been for the watch parties.
Yeah.
Like even back to last year in this room to now we've evolved into the haze, but the fact of being together with the people that you've blood, sweat, and tears and cried, and paper bagged, and all the negative to have this positive. And it's not a guarantee, but to go through it, it's about the journey, and that's where it is. And dude, there wouldn't be a dry eye in the place.
No, in the city.
In the city,
In the city, man.
Dude, it's beginning
Absolutely.
more
like
so
a
in
baby.
the country, right? As becoming America's team.
Yeah. No, it'll be incredible. In the super chat, Randall Smalls jumped in there. I disagree, Stick. Mike bought with his heart, and Grim Reaper waiting Chris being smart, speeding wisely. And Randall,
Spending, I think.
that's what he meant to say.
Show me the shit.
Dude, he could buy 2 Juan Sotos and have a major league average payroll. So, no, Rando. I'll get off the highway one exit short of that, Rando. And by the way, that's still percolating. As we go through this, we're in the middle of January.
Sign
Haven't done
Alex
shit.
Bregman, please.
Haven't done shit.
Please get Alex Bregman.
Well, Lynn Henning would disagree. No? You're not going to... Man, I got to reel that line back in. That one didn't bite, huh? Stupid reel. Anyway, Sabbath Coffee. Tell them about it.
Sabbath Coffee Roasters, locally sourced specialty coffee dropped off right at your doorstep. Subscribe at SabbathCoffeeRoasters.com. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Sabbath Coffee Roasters, like I said, just enjoy the best coffee while supporting a local Michigan company. It's Sabbath Coffee Roasters.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Neil Rule here for Woodward Merch. There's a whole new line of football designs spearheaded by the NFC Champions lineup. That's right, the number 1 seed. You can get it all at shop.woodwardsports.com. All the angles. And by the way, cool one that Stick put in there. You see it on the right. That's the entire Dan Campbell speech when he got the job. The kneecap speech, that's it right there. That's electric, by the way. Shop.woodwardsports.com. Get geared up, everybody. Hey, we're what? Inside a month away from the Super Bowl, right?
No, just a month and 3 days.
About a month away from the Super Bowl.
2 days. 2 days.
Neil,
So get geared up, everybody.
Neil,
Shop.woodwardsports.com.
it's bye week. This is when you prepare for your playoff run, get your merch in order and
When
stuff
you buy.
like that. Get the Woodward Sports and get your merch. I'm getting that shirt for sure.
I have to. It's a have
Dude,
to.
the curb stomp shirt that JB made, that's up. That's elite. We got a couple other ones up there. The Sunday Chillin' with AG just sitting on the bench. That's an elite shirt. If you want to get that one, go check it out. WoodwardSports.com shop. Guys in the back, we're supposed to make a better live read graphic with the updated ones, but I don't know what the hell they're up to. I got to get in the ass.
I don't know. I like to shoot from the heart anyway, man. Steve Robertson in the Super Chat. I haven't had this much fun watching Detroit sports since I was a youngster watching D-Mac beat the ish out of the Avalanche.
Hell yeah! Right on, Steve. And that was fun, too.
Absolutely
Fun
it was.
part, too.
Steve has
he's
been a
right.
big part of the post-game show, by the way. Steve has sent us videos from Arizona when we played the Cardinals. He's always out at a bar down there in Scottsdale when the Lions are playing.
That's dope, man.
Steve's the man. Shout out to Steve.
I think that's a great point, Stick. You know, when I always say Woodward Sports about the people.
Yep.
You don't have to be here, but if you're about Detroit sports, send your stuff in.
Yeah.
Connect us, show us what's going on. That's half the fun that we love, especially those road games.
Well, we got rogue reporters everywhere. We got boots on the ground no matter where you're at here at Woodward Sports. And Steve, Freddie Felt has been an on-site
Yes,
reporter.
yeah.
My boy
100%.
Jay Hustle in L.A. was sending us stuff when they were out in San Francisco playing the 49ers. So I love it. It's a connection. It's a network.
Jason Kenyon in the Super Chat. How about Cade in a JMO jersey with the matching Jordans? Anybody catch that, by the way, when
Yup.
Cade rolled to the
Dope.
game? That was pretty sweet.
And he was wearing self-made signature shoes. They were it had his logo on it, and I think his sister's name. I can't wait to buy Cade's signature shoe.
Where will they be on sale?
I don't know. He's a Nike guy. He signed to Nike, so he hasn't got his signature shoe yet, but he will after this
Launching
season.
at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Who says no?
That would be very smart.
The logo is a star.
The logo's sweet. Yeah, it's his name.
It's 2 C's.
Yeah, and it's in a star. It's very cool.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there as well. People talk about the techno music on the bump back there, Stick.
Yeah.
One person said it was like German porn music. I didn't get porn music vibes from that.
Well, you don't watch a lot of German porn, apparently.
No, I don't. Guilty.
That just shows your ignorance.
Yeah.
No,
Guilty as
I
charged.
saw that comment. I was like, oh, that's where I heard it. Hey, Stick, what's the email for people in the chat that are wondering that they want to send some stuff in or whatever if
If you want to send your beats in, just send them to me. Stick@woodwardsports.com. They got to be unlicensed beats because we ain't paying money like that. To
Easy
play
as
beats.
that, guys.
These are all
Easy as
from
that.
Choff,
Get
my
involved.
boy DJ Choff.
Shout out Choff.
Hey Choff on all social media. So if you want any of these beats, hit up Choff.
Choff's the GOAT.
Yeah, Choff's the man.
There you go. So
It was his daughter's name, not his sister's name. On his shoes.
Tony D, Woodward Sports must need some money. Well, Tony D, like, we do run a business, brother.
All
like,
businesses do, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Show me one that doesn't. You know, like, we're running a business here, my
Tony
guy.
D must need some money.
Yeah, Tony D.
Wait a minute. Uber Eats must need some money.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's
Wait a
weird.
minute.
Rad Dad Scott, Neil, top 5 porn categories. No. No.
I like that.
No.
Midget,
Can you,
and midget.
can you
No.
narrow it to 5?
I can narrow
No,
it to 5.
I'm sad I read
I know
that.
it's number 1 for you.
Hey,
I'm sad I
Come
read
on,
that.
TD!
hey, no.
Woo woo!
My number one's definitely
Oh,
Okay,
speaking of
okay.
that,
definitely Busty Latinas.
hey, did you tell, does Spenny know that wrestling's coming to Hayes?
Oh, I'll send them the. I'll send them
Send
the
him
picture.
the
We got
flyer.
midget wrestling coming to Hayes.
Yeah!
Oh,
We're going.
shit. I'm there.
We're going.
I'm there.
We're going.
We can vlog that.
Are we done?
Busty Latina's number 1 for sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
Stepmom's up there. Always a fan of Ebony as well. Like,
Top 10 special exemption. Top 10 lead.
Yeah.
Top 10 list for. All right,
That- because
Top 5
it's
hand
definitely
lotion.
not as
Mike
boring.
G.
All right.
Tommy K. Spenny knows ball. Yeah, yes, he does. Elite ball knower right there. Derek R. Pin that one for when Uncle Neil is out of town. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
we'll
Thursday.
Put that in the spank bank.
Yeah. Thursday would probably be a good day for that one.
What are we
okay?
doing tomorrow? Are we doing Pop-Tarts tomorrow?
Top 5 Pop-Tarts tomorrow.
I won't be in, but I'll give you my list.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I'll
I'm
give
in.
you my list.
You're in?
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top 5
Yeah.
Pop-Tarts tomorrow,
Yep.
Stick. So plan accordingly. D-Mac will get us the list. He's one of the godfathers of this. No, Mike G, we will not be doing a top 5 hand lotion episode as well.
Jergens.
I'm a vino guy.
Art Vandelay, last Sunday's Vikings game was porn. Oh, it was.
Oh,
that second
Don't
half,
get
too.
it twisted.
That was
That
solid.
was awesome.
That second half certainly was. There was no doubt about that one. Go Blue. Don't invite Terry Foster to that one. Okay, guys, go ahead. Just fire. Hey, for 4 minutes. For 4 minutes, you guys got free reign. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just in the chat, just go ahead.
College dorm.
Wheezy D313, some psycho's going to go no frosting just to be different. No, Terry's not going to be
Terry
in, I
won't
don't
be here
believe.
for that, yeah.
No, James, I don't care where you rank Lubriderm, all right? I don't care where you rank that one, all right? No, Mike G, I don't know that Kirkland's makes one, okay? I have heard of Jergens. I have not heard. You know what? Go ahead, guys.
Lubriderm, Tommy K, top tier.
I'm a vino guy.
No, we're not going to discuss tissues.
Fragrance-free vino.
No Ja'Cory. No Ja'Cory McKenzie. Excuse me. No Ja'Cory Cook. We are not going to discuss happy tissues or, quote, sad tissues.
I remember
There is a difference.
When I was
There is a difference.
when I worked at Grand Traverse Pie in East Lansing, I told some of the older women that worked there about my towel. I was like, yeah, I keep a towel under my bed instead of using tissues, or it's just a towel. You wash it separately from anything else.
How
like
often?
that gets its own wash,
How often do you wash it?
like once every 2 weeks.
Oh my! So how many does that towel take? How absorbent is that towel?
7 or 8, probably.
Good lord!
That towel's standing up on its own
It's
underneath
not
that bed.
bad.
You mean sandpaper?
It's no, you just use the towel and then you wash it by itself.
Oh, I love it.
No, apparently this Joshua McKenzie that's in the chat,
There's no one, though.
we got into his lane here. We're not going to talk about Joy Taylor. We're not going to do any of
Shout
that
out
stuff.
Joy Taylor.
Colton,
Joy Taylor, if you want to be, high up on the Woodward heavyweights, you want a high-ranking position on the Woodward heavyweights, you can come talk to me. Allegedly.
oh my God. Colton's Cardboard. Pro tip, don't use sunscreen. Thank you for your contributions.
Jerry Alexander, Sarah V. It's underrated.
The punters said terrible towel. That is all.
That is the definition of terror.
90 seconds left.
Swing those things around.
No, they weren't like super old lady. They were probably like, middle-aged women, and they were just stunned. They're like, "What do you mean a towel?" I was like, "What am I going to buy a box of tissues every week?" Like, nah.
You guys.
All right.
There it is. Chat thread. Towel or sock?
Is it okay that I have different lotions for left and right, or am I being too snobby?
That's being too snobby.
That's Mike G.
Like I said,
it's on brand for Mike
fragrance
G.
free.
Dabber
I'm also a dry man every now and then. Nothing wrong with going dry.
Dabber 313. That's also why Spenny got fired by the pie company.
No, I quit.
Oh, okay.
I was manager there for a while.
Like warm apple pie.
Super Saiyan Lions. Damn, white people are dirty. Yes. You don't know that by now?
Yes. Yeah, we are.
Oh, man. We're not going to talk about lavender. Okay, we're there. We did
Jahmyr
it.
Gibbs is fast.
Oh. Who's
Yes, he is.
faster, Jahmyr Gibbs or Jameson Williams?
Okay, we're going to take the break now. All right? We're going to take the break. We're going to recalibrate
Mike
and come back.
Florio's talking crap about Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's what we're gonna get. That's what we're gonna get into next. Okay, I gave you guys. It's the new year. We gave you the 4 minutes right there.
Top 5 towels.
No. Okay.
like the
Is
ones with
everybody
hoods.
good now? Lady Jane's haircuts for men.
Yeah,
Please.
come on. At Lady Jane's, we take the chore out of getting a haircut. Our talented
hot towel
stylist
treatment.
will deliver.
Jesus Christ.
deliver an industry-leading haircut. Relaxing scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
I don't care about how dry your hand or how rough your hands are, Detroit Red Wings fan club.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule here for Second Best, 42 Watson Street in downtown Detroit, site of the Woodward Sports pregame show. We will be there because the Lions are the 1 seed, so we'll be there throughout the duration of the NFL playoffs. Elite food, elite drink, tons of Tullamore Irish whiskey. And guys, it's not just a football thing. If you're going to see the Pistons, if you're going to see the Wings, if you're going to Fox Theater for a concert, Second Best is a move. It's the new spot in Detroit. That's where I roll up. Even if I'm going to the game, I'm going to the Wings game next week. I'll be pulling up to Second Best because that's the way I work. Second Best, come get some. All right, keeping it pushing. I hope everybody's happy. That once every 3 months thing, DMAC, has been satisfied.
Absolutely.
So we're done with that.
Thank you.
Okay, very well. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Stick. No coincidence this all happens when Stick is here. Spencer Raxter, my guy Chase, is hanging around. DNC ENT in the chat. Neil's acting like he's too snobby to goon it up every now and then. No, DNC ENT. No, it's not that. It's just that's not my lane. Heavyweights 5 to 7. That is your lane.
Shout out.
So then you rolled right into it. You thought it was 5 o'clock.
Second nature.
Absolutely. Woodward Sports chat thread. I love Irish whiskey at Second Best. We all do.
We all do.
We all do. Absolutely. Mike Florio, by the way.
Yeah.
The Pro Football Focus. Did he own it? Did he invent it?
I don't know. Noted Vikings fan.
No. Yeah. That's more germane to the conversation.
Yes.
Noted Vikings fan Mike Florio said Amon-Ra St. Brown's not worth the contract, huh? Can we hear him defend himself?
Here is what he had to say.
one that's keeping them focused. Every practice is important. But his production does not justify what they paid him. It really doesn't. Now, kudos to them for not forcing the ball to the $30 million a year guy.
Yeah.
But the
Like some
production,
teams.
like 6 catches, 77 yards, he gets lost in the shuffle with
Oh,
Gibbs
weird.
and Jameson
That was
Williams
Jefferson
and
in
Sam
the first
Laporta.
Vikings game against the
The
Lions.
production isn't at the level that the compensation would suggest, but it's all
Like
the other
3
stuff he
catches for
brings to the
54
table that
yards?
maybe justifies the.
Oh, that's odd.
What the fuck is he
One of-
fucking on?
Update: one of 3 wide receivers in NFL history to have over 115 catches and over 10 touchdowns
Dude,
in back-to-back seasons.
what's his season? Didn't he lead the league in catches? Or
He's second in catches,
second-
5th in yards, and 3rd in touchdowns.
No, that's elite receiver. Like, I love it.
Wait a sec. And where is he on the pay scale of whatever he's making compared to the rest? Where does he fall in line as far as top paid receivers?
I'll look it up right now.
Look it up right now, because to me, that's a deal. And he's talking about one game. Did the Lions probably won that game? Or was this the last game he was talking about?
This was right after the Vikings game. That was in Ford Field. He said that.
See, that's the here's the problem, right? The Minnesota Vikings or their fans, or Mike Florio in this case, thinks, right, and he's right for his team, that his top guys have to perform outrageous, and his best players in the league, and Jefferson, and that's got to go for catches and 100 yards and whatever else. We don't. We're about winning games. So Amon-Ra St. Brown 6 for 77, but it was Jahmyr Gibbs' day, right? That's the whole thing. You could spread it around. So who cares? And you know where 10 million of that money goes? It goes to the locker room and what he means to that team.
Mm-hmm.
So go kiss my ass, Mike Florio. Like, go back. Like, this goes into, like, I'm listening to the pregame show with you and Sean, to yesterday's show, to everything go on about this is a typical Minnesota take.
Correct.
What the fuck are you talking about? You just lost 31-9. Shouldn't it be, wow, how powerful is this team when you don't need your $30 million guy to light it up? Because obviously they do. That is friggin' ridiculous.
You know what's funny about it to me, D-Mac?
Ridiculous.
Is as he was going through that, I had my instant responses. Like he talked about Amon-Ra's night. Oh, that was a lot like Justin Jefferson's day when they played the Vikings and the Lions at Minnesota. That's literally exactly what he had. And he's a $35 million a year guy. And oh, by the way, your $35 million a year guy that I'm told is so sweet all the time, 3 catches for 54 yards, pouting like a bitch on the sideline, because that's what he was doing. I know you got a sick necklace, bro, but the bottom line is you had 3 catches for 54 yards, and hey, you got your fingertips on those balls, right? But you didn't bring them in, did you? And that's the bottom line. And that's what I love. This is where the Vikings fans stand on. And this is why I love the end of the season and the playoffs, because, to quote Metallica, nothing else mattered. Did anything else matter other than Sunday night? For
No.
real. Nothing else mattered. Nothing.
Win the game. Do you think it was about money, how much you're making or
Nope.
whatever? No, it's like that's where we're at. And that's where it shows you the mentality of your organization versus the ones that are chasing you.
Right. So you can talk about all these empty calorie numbers or numbers that someone had. I won't reference the Vikings-Jacksonville game because they kicked 4 field goals in that game. I'll have to think of another game off the top of my head. But anyway, the moral of the story is this. Amon-Ra St. Brown's the 4th highest paid receiver in the game. Justin Jefferson's number 1 at $35 million. And this reinforces my point that 250,000 of you Vikings fans hate watched last week, and it remains the same. Amon-Ra St. Brown makes 16% less money than Justin Jefferson does. Do you think he's 84% what Justin Jefferson is? For the granular crowd out there, I would say hell yeah. And I would say the reason of that is I never see shots of St. Brown pouting on the sideline. I never heard St. Brown talking about, well, I might have to hold out. I don't like my contract situation. All I know is with Amon-Ra St. Brown, on Sunday, he's there. You need something, you throw him the ball. That's it.
I'm always fucking open.
Here's
Business as usual.
Yeah,
and that's part of it, Vikings fans. For the last time, he's a discount to Justin Jefferson with all the bit of production, with none of the pain in the ass. You want it? That's it.
Super chat from Mikkel Dunlap says typical Vikings fan behavior.
100%. You don't live in reality, Vikings fans. You do now. You do now because you got clapped, and you're going on the road in the playoffs, and you'll be out soon. You'll probably be out before the Lions even play another game. So good luck, my friends. Sorry, D-Mac, what'd you have?
No. No, it was just saying, like, and look at the total football player, Amon-Ra. Do you ever see Justin Jefferson block downfield? Like Amon-Ra's involved in every play, no matter what. And then when you need him, he's there. If he's the go-to guy, that just goes to show you the balance of your team. When you don't have to, right? Because obviously the Minnesotas have to. Justin Jefferson's got to have that game for them to win. We don't. And at the end of the day, I go back to listen to what the coach says. I don't give a shit of what it is. We're win.
It seems very easy to me. Dante 151 in the super chat. You guys realize Jalen Hurts was in concussion protocol for 2 weeks. Is he going to be able to play for Philly against the Packers? Go Lions. Dante, don't know. But it's getting interesting, isn't it? And that line keeps dropping, doesn't it? So
I hope the Packers.
I think the Packers are here next week.
Dude, that would be awesome.
God, that would be awesome.
I'll take that. And like people that are like, "Oh, you don't want a division." These teams.
I'd take either of these. Dan Campbell owns land in Matt LaFleur and Kevin O'Connell's head rent free. I would take either of these matchups.
We could beat our division teams 100 times in a year.
Yep.
In a row too. Jason Kenyon with the super chat. I swear to God, I went to school with that lady Jane's Gale at Ithaca. If not, she's a perfect doppelganger. If it is her, very sweet woman and a great friend. By the way, I'm sure all those things apply. There is no doubt about it.
She's a very nice woman.
She is a very nice person, no question. So yeah, it's here on Mark M. So St. Brown outplays Jefferson. Florio has that comment. What? No, but see, guys, this was my point about my whole run up to that week with this whole Jefferson discussion point, man. Like you think the difference in salary between Jefferson and St. Brown is a value for the Lions versus what you get. And you guys know that I'm right. You've seen it. And literally, the comments that Florio was making literally applied to Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
Literally applied to him. In the biggest games, he was the smallest, everybody. He just was. I know it's a sweet chain, but he was the smallest.
I think, like, saying that what he said, that the production doesn't make, is just so blatantly false.
He gave Justin Jefferson's production.
He is, like I said, one of 3 receivers in NFL history, the other 2 being Antonio Brown and Devontae Adams, to have over 115 catches and over 10 receiving touchdowns in back-to-back seasons. He is going to be a first-team All-Pro receiver again this year. Like, what else do you want from the guy, Florio? Like, literally, what else? He's a top 3 receiver in the NFL for a second year in a row.
I don't get it
receiver
either.
that gets paid top 4 money.
Yeah.
Wow,
and there's no opinion. And for the Vikings fans that are hate watching, there's literally no opinion to what Spencer Raxter just said.
It's fact.
You can read it.
Yeah.
You're reading. Woodward Sports chat thread, Discipler 22. Nick Wright on First Things First doesn't think the Lions can beat the Eagles or the Chiefs. He's going to be running out of teams soon.
Yeah.
He's going to be running out of teams.
Nick Wright also
He's
thought the Bears were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. My favorite Nick Wright. The Bears will win the Super Bowl. No doubt, Spenny. Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. Shoot, I had one here and we lost it. But anyway, the moral of the story. Oh, Sound Kayak. This is my favorite, Neil. Sound Kayak. This is maybe a character flaw with me, where I can't understand what D-Mac. I can't
you
understand.
Don't have character flaws, bro.
I can't understand that when somebody sits there and reads you something, that it's not an opinion piece. What I gave you with the St. Brown Jefferson thing is not opinion. It's researchable fact. And Sound Kayak, my problem is, what gets me worked up about it, I can't relate to someone that doesn't understand math. I can't, or that can't read. And I'll never relate to them. And maybe it is. Maybe that's on me, Sound Kayak. Maybe that's my problem, Vikings fans watching. I'll try to be better. I will. But the fact remains, you can't argue math. No one can. You can't. And it's dumb stuff like this, man. Garden, Addison had 1 catch for 0 yards. J-Mo or Jordan Addison? Which one's better?
J-Mo.
I was Naylor.
That was my favorite response. I'd take Naylor over him. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Enigmatic says St. Brown had 30 straight catches on targets. Jefferson's never done that. 40 Gumble, Neil, Vikings hoisting Darnold up in the air, acting like they won the NFC after Week 17. You know what? That doesn't get enough.
Of all time. The best part is the coach standing there like a proud dad. It's like, look at my guys. We did shower that man with water. We just beat the third place team in the NFC North.
The team that went 1-5 in the division, the Green Bay Packers, by the way. Never forget that.
Happy to be there.
Same record as the Bears this year in the division.
Right. That's exactly the difference between these two franchises. Joseph Glenn, they have that Minnesota education, by the way. So, no, I get it. I get it, but I don't get it, and that's where I am with it. So, I just
it's the dumbest thing I've seen. Like,
no,
you can't rationalize saying he isn't like his statistics aren't good enough for what you're paying him. He is statistically a top 3 receiver in the NFL. What the fuck are you talking about?
And, like, if you want to cherry pick games, as I said, I couldn't tell if you were talking about Justin Jefferson or Amon-Ra St. Brown. And I couldn't tell that it was Justin Jefferson because you didn't say, and in the biggest game, he had 3 catches for 54 yards. Because then you couldn't have been talking about St. Brown.
And cried about penalties after. He didn't say, I need to be better. We need to be better. We got to connect better in the red zone. They give props to Amik Robertson for strapping his shit down.
Yeah.
He said, there was a lot of calls that didn't get made out there. That's pussy shit.
You know how I'm handling that? I got my fingertips on those balls, man. I got to catch them.
I got to catch them.
I got to catch them.
I'm the best receiver in the NFL. I got to make those plays.
I'm paid the most money.
Yeah.
I have the sickest chain. And, I have to do this. I got to touch. If I touch it, I got to catch it.
If you're the greatest and you believe you're the greatest, then you got to act like that. And then it's like everything's all on you. But that goes to show you that they're not where it is. I heard you do a segment in the pregame show with Sean talking about Braylon and I and saying, the fact that what we never complain about is the referees.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're going to call it. You can't control that. You just hope that there's consistency. Sean told you, Chelly, good game. You're either going to call it real tight so I know it and be consistent.
Or you're going to let it all go.
Or let it all go, and that's fine, and let the players manage themselves. At the end of the day, to Mike, this is it. Mike Florio says that. Then I go and I look, okay, Amon-Ra St. Brown, what's he making? 4th highest wide receiver? What's he producing at? Top 3? You're wrong.
Yep.
I mean, it's as easy as that. Is that not math?
That's math.
I mean, so I mean, like, and then you can get into all the ridiculousness of whatever else it is, but it goes to show you. I think, you know what, when all this comes out, like the truth, and after the game, what Jefferson, like, it goes to show you, don't you like your spot and your team and your culture? Because that wouldn't come out our room.
Well, and it goes to show me that Mike Florio doesn't watch the Lions.
But
that's all it shows me.
It's PFF. Fit your narrative.
Yeah,
isn't that what it's for?
If you're looking at receptions,
he's the creator of PFF. Neil, isn't PFF create your own narrative?
Pro Football Network, not PFF.
But does the Pro Football Network value blocking? Value things that aren't showing up on the statistics sheet? Because that's where Amon-Ra St. Brown, to me, is heads and tails above Justin Jefferson. We can talk about catching the football. You're a wide receiver. You're supposed to. I want to talk about the extras, blocking downfield, cracking back and getting a linebacker on a screen pass, doing the gritty things. You'll never see Justin Jefferson be gritty because he's flash. Amon-Ra is substance.
Doesn't the maturity and the of the rest of your room, right? Does the maturity of JMO as a football player, come to working with Amon-Ra St. Brown? Who do you want? Whose learning tree you rather be under, right? To do it the right way. You think Amon-Ra is going to cut corners? I don't. You think Justin Jefferson or whatever, like with that attitude? I don't know him, and I think he'd be that great as a professional, but I think he relies on his talent more than he relies on his work ethic. Right? That's what to Stick's point. So that's where the investment to the money to whatever it is, you can break it down. Amon-Ra so much more to that team.
It's a guy who was born with it versus a guy who's worked for it.
That's it. That's the explanation for a lot of things in life, isn't it?
Spenny's on me.
I gotta hit the break real quick. Chris Blackburn, how are you 1-5 in your division and still make the playoffs? Chris, let me let you on a little secret here. This is a nuanced thing that the Vikings fans refuse to understand. I'll explain it to you, and maybe you'll get it. You play someone in the NFC in your schedule. You play someone that's commensurate with the level of where you're at. And for that game this year, the Packers' one-off game was the Saints, I believe. And our game was the Buccaneers, right? Mark me on that. We didn't play the NFC South this year. It was just a one-off game.
Yep.
So they got to play the Saints. We had to play the Buccaneers. That's the difference. The Vikings got to play the Jets. We had to play the Bills. Like, that's the way that this works. It's the great Fugazi, as Sean and I talked about. Where were we? Planet Fitness, everyone. It's good to be back in the mix at Planet Fitness. And over 50 Metro Detroit locations, over 2,600 of them worldwide. You get access to all of them with the Black Card. That's still just $24.99 a month, everybody. And you get it all. The tanning beds, the hydro massage, all the amenities, all of it. Clean facilities, clean locker rooms, tons of cardio equipment, tons of weights, stretch zones, 30-minute circuits, all of it. And guys, you know what? You're not paying $80, $90 a month like some of you out there are. Why are you going to pay more money to lift the same weights? Why are you going to pay Justin Jefferson 20% more money than Amon-Ra St. Brown? Amon-Ra St. Brown's all you need, everybody. Planet Fitness, that's all you need as well. Go to planetfitness.com or just pull in the parking lot. You can join there. Planet Fitness. Don't pay more money to lift the same weights.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
1800 Tequila, the official tequila of the live watch party and post-game show here at Woodward Sports. They're also a pride partner of the Detroit Lions. You can see they got the cool black jersey themed bottle right there. You can go get that in any liquor store near you today. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest tasted tequila, and please drink responsibly.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, hour number 2. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We got Stick in the sound booth today, filling in for KG. Stick, what it do? How you living?
It's good. It's nice to sit in the sound booth every once in a while. I like to sit in the sound booth, sit in the TD booth, sit up there.
Boots on the ground?
Well, you get to see where the real holes are in the system. and you get to see when people complain what they're actually complaining about, or if they don't have an argument.
Truth teller.
Yeah.
The lights are the truth. That's why
Undercover boss.
Yeah. Sit here like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Is that Stick?
That's why I love turning the lights on, man. It's the truth teller. Mm-hmm. There's nowhere to hide, man. Spencer Raxter in the building. Spenmo, what up?
Hello. I gotta go get some water.
Okay, there you go. No, you sit there in thirst. Chase is in the building. Also, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. You can subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there. Get your thoughts in. You want to skip to the front of the line like Dante151 did. Use the super chat option. Dante151 complain about penalties? Come on now. The Lions would have a right to complain about penalties when the Lions only benefited from one defensive pass interference the entire season. GTFO, Justin Jefferson. Well, the good news is Justin Jefferson and the Vikings are out of our lives now, and that's all over.
Well, for a couple weeks.
No, they're out.
You don't think we'll ever play them again?
We won't see them again. Because I'll tell you this, if Jalen Hurts doesn't play, Packers could schedule merchant their way to a win there, too.
Yeah, I see both NFC North teams dying in the first round.
Well, it's the best division of football, I was told.
It's kind of like the SEC. We may produce the best team, but the division looks stronger than it actually was.
Jump in to there. Get your thoughts out, John Clark. Lunchbox Hooligan, by the way. That was a good one, D-Mac. Well, Neil, they did pay Hawkinson to not have touchdowns. 0 touchdown catches. He had 27 feet receiving on Sunday night.
Is that good?
27 feet.
Hey, I'm not judging. Just like to shoot straight.
Not even the length of 2 free throws.
27 feet?
27
I was watching
feet.
you knock down that length of putts for forever.
27 feet receiving. Oh, by the way, $17 million a year contract, too, for that guy. It's not hard to figure out why organizations are good. It's not hard to figure out why organizations are good. It's just not. Speaking of just... I like this stuff, so humor me here. Spenny, you may like it. I don't know how big of a dork you are. Spot Track tweeted...
He's big.
DeAndre Hopkins saw less than 50% of the regular season snaps in 2024, meaning the Chiefs will send the Titans a 5th-round pick instead of a 4th-round pick.
4D chess.
There you go. So I love stuff like that. I don't know why, but I do.
Those are small things that keep teams like Kansas City being teams like Kansas City.
That is also true. DNC ENT, Commanders in Ford Field next week, please. It does.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Is anyone else? I keep hearing this. You know what? And this isn't on the sheet right now, but it just DNC ENT, you guys program the show sometimes. And D-Mac, is it weird that I legit do not care?
No, it doesn't
who comes
matter.
Here.
That's where we're at. It's not like last year was, you maybe matchup centric or whatever.
Oh, we got the Rams. Oh man.
You got home field. Dan Graziano just told you that how can anybody come in here and win? Right? And stuff like this. But forget all that. Look at your team. They're not gonna beat it. You know me, Neil. You watch the picks all year. I'm a huge Washington slap.
Yeah,
I mean,
every week
since you, like Jane Daniels isn't something new because you brought to my attention a few years ago that this kid was legit, and he's only proven that. Now, as the Washington Redskins, good football team. Turned the corner a lot like got rid of the ownership, turned the corner a lot like the Lions did, but they're behind the Lions. They're not to the Lions' place, in my opinion, yet. Yes, would that be a game? Do you got to buckle up for it? Yeah, absolutely. Would you rather play Washington than Philly? If Philly has Jalen Hurts, it doesn't matter, Neil. It's irrelevant. You got to come through here, and that's the mentality that the Lions have.
Tammy Chin in the chat. Chat family, have a great day. Let's go Red Wings. If you're heading out to LCA tonight, reminder, it's Patrick Kane bobblehead night. Yeah, so you probably do want to get down there early for that. Have a great time at the game, Tammy. Good to have you for hour number 1, as always. And, it's just, it legit, I don't think that they will lose to anybody in the NFC in this building for a multitude of reasons. Something that I talked about yesterday as well. The people will not allow defeat.
No.
The crowd will not allow defeat. And look, it's rare. It's rare in today's day and age, but this is one of those, and this is going to be back-to-back games. The energy in that building will not go away. It will not go away, and it will not allow them to lose. It just will not. I can't envision a world where they do not win. And look, everybody, when they talk about these projections, they always just assume the cards are going to play out. Like it's just going to be the proper seeds will win. Never happens. Somebody always loses that's not supposed to lose. Somebody always loses a home game. So again, like the people like praying for the Commanders or praying for this matchup or that matchup, that'll all take care of itself. Do you fear anyone in the NFC? I do not. Not in the least, man. Not in the least. Sorry.
What about who said it? Craig Ashcraft said, D-Mac, the Lions are 7-2 at home and 8-0 on the road. We do lose at home. Not anymore.
Not in this spot.
Not in the playoffs on the line, which you play for all year and stuff like this to have home field advantage. No, that's why you lost earlier, so that you don't do it later.
How about this stat by Byrne in the Super Chat? Since 1934, the Lions have never, ever lost a championship or playoff game when they played in the city of Detroit. We don't lose in Detroit.
Yep.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Ride that trend, baby.
I do. Antonio D, dude, you could hear the crowd over the telecast. No, I know. Like, that's my point. And that's a bougie crowd, right? I heard somebody complaining earlier because tickets for the line, just to give you some cross comparison, the wild card game in Buffalo, great football town, right? Insane fans. They rolled out here.
Yeah,
they
Mafia.
did. $115 get-in price. $115 get-in price for the Buffalo Bills.
That's relatable, right?
Yeah, well, and then if you want to say like the divisional round, which they'll probably more than likely be playing at home, $216 get-in price.
Okay.
If you want to compare apples to apples. For the Lions, $629 get-in price for the first playoff game.
Unbelievable.
$629. For the NFC Championship at Ford Field, January 26th, $1,266 get-in price. $1,200 plus get-in price. Prime seats are going for anywhere from $3,000
take my money
to $7,000. That's Taylor Swift prices.
Yeah.
That's you hit the lottery if you got one of those tickets prices.
It's wild. A buddy of mine was posting about how he wanted to take his family, and it would cost him $8,000 to attend the game if he wanted to take his family. $8,000 for a 3-hour event. Not a day. Not a day.
Not with 80-degree temperatures for 4 days.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Not a vacation. Not seeing any part of the world.
Not all-inclusive.
No. Not even all-inclusive. I mean, God, $8,000. I love the Lions, but I love money as well, and I got a big TV, and I got Hey Social.
There you go.
You got a lot of big TVs there, bud.
Unfortunately, I'm one of the guys that have been priced out of going to see the Lions. And that's okay. I knew this was going to happen. I told people about back when the Pistons in 2004 were awesome. The Palace was nothing but girls in mini skirts, and they didn't know who played for the team. They didn't care who played for the team, but they were there with their businessman in a suit, sitting front row, and they were seen on camera at the place to be. And that's what this turns into. It turns into a social event. It doesn't turn into a football game. People want to be seen there.
No,
which is okay.
But here's the
100%.
difference. Here's the difference. Right, where you can't, the vortex of the Lions, and I don't care even if you aren't, and you are wrapped up in it. Everybody there, celebrity there for clout, and whatever it is, has a vested interest in it. Like the Lions circumvent that, and I'll even say that like with the Pistons, even the Tigers and the Red Wings, not as much. But I think this what the city's done. Like it's a place to be, but everybody's caught up. To your point, Stick.
Yeah.
Right. Like everybody's invested into to be in there for whatever reason.
Yeah. The people I'm seeing post pictures on Facebook of them inside Ford Field now for these games were not the people that were there 5-6 years ago.
But they understand.
It's people
who
I
the
know
Lions
don't
are.
even care about sports, but they care. They understand about the movement that's going on,
I understand.
and that's fine.
So then
New fans, old fans, y'all welcome to me. Let's have a party. It's just I can feel for the guy that was like, man, I was there when they were 0-16, and now I can't even sniff the entrance.
Yeah, but what are we talking about here? That's the evolution. Why do you think
I'll take
you
it.
got to get it? Like if you're going to get your Red Wings tickets or your Pistons season tickets or your Tiger season tickets, get them now because you'll eventually be in this spot, right? Where the Lions are. And it's a good thing for the city.
It's awesome. I mean, they just put out $15 million went into the city this past Sunday night. $15 million. And that's just the downtown area. I mean, you see it. Hayes at 21 Mile and Shelby Township, wall to wall.
Couldn't get a table.
You couldn't. I got you the very last table. You were
got to
lucky
be
when
somebody.
You got to know somebody.
Think of that. Think about how big that win was with everybody celebrate, like guys like Stick, even like who own establishments. What money did you just put in the economy for the next couple of weeks?
Yeah. And our wait staff was so ecstatic. It really does a lot.
So
for
everybody's
the community.
invested, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And shout out to all the super chats coming in here in the Woodward Sports chat thread. You got Owen Mullen saying, I love how when any coach tries to play like Dan Campbell and go for it on fourth down, it backfires.
Yep.
We own rent in other ear coaches' heads. 40 Gumble said, going to spend my money here because there is no way I'm going to spend it on Lions playoff tickets. And then Ryan's reaction saying, Stick, can you make prime rib available for the first Lions playoff
I mean, we do it on Fridays. We can bring it for a playoff game.
Nice.
I'll think about it. But to the point of the Vikings going for it and chasing what the Lions do you know that KOC only went for it on 4th and 4 in their red zone twice this entire year?
Correct.
This entire year. 17 games or 16 games. They only went for it twice.
And they did it twice in the game.
And they did it twice against Detroit. Dan Campbell just makes you want to be him, I guess, is the best way to put it. I don't know what voodoo he has over these coaches, because these coaches are supposed to be alphas, right? You're leading men, and then you look across the sideline, and all of a sudden their nuts shrivel up into them, and they're, oh God, I got to do what he does.
Well, I don't think it's what he does. It's just trying to be smarter, and he makes other coaches make decisions. It's sort of like what Belichick used to do in a lot of ways of playing their own game. Isn't it a lot to the effect of what we saw Ohio State try to do with Michigan? Play their game, right? Instead of sticking to their game. I'm glad they went for it. I'm glad they shut them down, but that just means that how alpha you really are.
New Holland Brewing Company, everybody, local Michigan company over there on the west side of the state. They are doing it better than anyone, namely with the creation of Taller, the Dutch long drink. They take some of their New Holland small batch gin, they mix it with a grapefruit puree, and magic happens in those blue cans. It is incredible, everybody. Every week somebody reaches out to me here in the chat or on social media, says, Neil, you were right. And guys, I am right about this one. You need to try it if you have not. Go to a Total Wine, go to Meijer, your local grocery store, whatever, and try it for yourself. You will never go back. I can't wait for golf season this year with Taller.
I was thinking about that on my ride in today.
Oh my God. We're going to have those, the golf course better have them, or I'm going to. One of the two.
And we're doing a damn Woodward golf outing this year. If I got to put the whole damn thing together.
We should do Camp Woodward, too.
I want to do that, too. Listen, when I was working for 955, I pitched that with Mojo, like an adult weekend camp, bonfire, football, flag football, tubing.
Or floating like that.
Oh, yeah. Good float. Nothing wrong with a float.
And lots of Taller will be around there from New Holland Brewing Company. Don't sleep on their bourbon, by the way. They don't tell me to say that. I'm just telling you from experience. New Holland, man, they got it cooking. New Holland Brewing Company.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Are you overdue for a new car? Beat the holiday rush and get an amazing deal from Les Stanford Chevrolet. Right now, a Blazer EV 2LT with all-wheel drive is only $149 per month, or check out the Equinox EV LT for only $169 per month. Get the Les Stanford today, or click on the QR code on the screen and check out our massive inventory. Don't forget, Les Stanford has Cadillac, Buick, and GMC as well. Les Stanford in Dearborn and Ferndale. LesStanford.com. Together, let's drive.
All right, we're keeping it pushing here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We got Stick in the building. Chase is here. Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there and get your thoughts out in there. But it is Tuesday, as you guys know. So what we like to do around these parts is just a little simple something that we do. It's a Rest in Peace Tuesday. And DMAC, how that works is we put somebody in the coffin in the sports world. Typically tends to be football related, though it doesn't have to be. Typically, it's sports related, though it doesn't have to be. Just anybody you want to put in the coffin that you've been praying on their downfall, you expect their downfall, and it's a lot of fun. The people like it. I like it. I know Spenny likes it.
I love it.
But it is Tuesday, and it is time for Rest in Peace. Spencer Raxter,
yes.
You're up. Who you putting in the coffin?
Rest in peace to the Poverty Pistons. Rest in peace to the Detroit Pistons being the laughing stock of the NBA, to teams talking down. The Detroit Pistons are making the playoffs this year. The Detroit Pistons will win a playoff game this year. Maybe not a playoff series. I'm not going to go that far. But they will win a playoff game at the very least this year. And they're, for the first time since, 2007? Like, when's the last time they won a playoff game? This is a good, competent franchise now. I like who they have installed with Trajan Langdon. He's done a good job. His moves have been very good. Obviously, bringing in JB Bickerstaff was extremely important. And now, with Kate Cunningham performing at a superstar level, with the ancillary pieces you have put around him, like Malik Beasley, like Tim Hardaway Jr., B-Ball Paul, Tobias, you're playing good basketball. You got a good team. Your young guys are playing well. The Pistons are going to the playoffs this year, and the Pistons are going to try to fight to win a playoff series. It's going to get to Game 6 or Game 7 in their first series.
There it is. All right, rest in peace to the old Pistons, I guess you could say. Stick, you're new here. You want in on this? You want to put somebody in the coffin?
I can do that.
All right, Stick, who's your rest in peace?
Rest in peace. Excuses for not believing in your Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
At first, it was they couldn't do it with all of these injuries, Neil. How are they going to survive with all these injuries? Then it was, oh my God, they only have one running back now, Jahmyr Gibbs. How's Jahmyr Gibbs going to carry the entire load?
Great.
Well then, all the excuses, all your doubts all season long of if this team could do it, whether you're off the bandwagon, you rode the roller coaster all season long. It's playoff time now. The roller coaster stopped. We're all here together. Rest in peace to anybody who has a doubt that this team can get it done, no matter who the parts are.
There it is, and I'm vibing with you on that one. Here's a good one in the chat, by the way. Mike G, rest in peace seeing Stick at Clutch Cargoes.
Oh, hey.
Take me inside Stick at Clutch Cargoes back in the day.
Well, Amy Andrews was a bartender back then. Shout out Fox 2.
Shout out.
I'm old enough to have been there.
Jay Towers was your host Friday nights, live on DRQ. And young Stick was roaming around the crowd.
Wet behind the ears.
Taking them into the basement, into the back stairs. And we had a good time at Clutch Cargoes, as well as Tiki Bob's, as well as Seven, as well as Tonic Nightclub, Have a Nice Day Cafe, Eruptions on the east side, Lipsticks on the west side, Space downtown, Altered State inside the State Theater, Envy, Panacea.
Man, you know what? Rest in peace to the good bar era.
Oh. Honestly, I don't want to be old man yelling at the sky, but you're right. Rest in peace, because the new kids, they meet on the phones. The only way you could meet people was go to the bars before.
We did it the best, didn't we?
Now the bars are used to meet up with people that you already know.
Old man shit right now.
But am I wrong, Spenny?
No.
Spenny?
Do you ever go to the bar?
You're an old soul.
Yeah.
I am. No, I don't go to the bar just to meet people. No,
right.
Never.
Right.
I go to the bar if I'm going with the boys.
Right. Or if you're meeting a chick, you swiped on Tinder.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't do Tinder. That's how you get your organs harvested.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the bar was Tinder.
Have a Nice Day, or Hockey Town Cafe on Wednesday nights with DJ Marquise mixing in the penalty box, up on the roof, line all the way down those Hockey Town stairs, all the way out on Woodward. Club nights just hit different in the early 2000s.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Michael Danye. Damn, Stick, I didn't know you rocked like that. I didn't know you rocked in the yak like that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled a lot of money out of the yak.
Got more cards than all of us.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, that was a nice little spin-off there, though. Flair vs. Savage. Harpo's was a shithole. It was, but it was our shithole, you know? So
Love Harpo's.
It was still a shithole.
Oh, man.
But that's why it was cool.
Yeah, and then you got, God, what was that place on the east side? Why can't I think? I'll think of it. It'll come to my head.
All right, Darren McCarty.
Oh, the Hayloft. No, Hayloft.
Hayloft was
Hayloft. That sounds like a good spot.
Dude, the Hayloft?
Dude, a man like you would have...
Hayloft was rock and Mount Clemens back in the day.
Mount Clemens was it. That's the sad one. Yeah. I was a big Mount Clemens
and rest in peace, Windsor. I mean, you go to downtown Windsor now, it looks like downtown Detroit in the early 2000s. There's like 2 bars open. I mean, when I was going, it was, like Don Cherry's, Voodoo,
Windsor Music Cafe.
Rush, Windsor Music Cafe, Bentley's.
Cheetahs.
Bentley's huge.
I've hosted every single one of those clubs at some point in time.
Yeah.
Wow, bringing me back.
All right, D-Mac. Who you putting in the coffin? Who's your rest
Putting in the
peace?
coffin. Team Canada and Canadians Junior Hockey Program. It is
that's
official
aggressive.
now that the USA runs junior hockey. It got so bad in Canada, they've lost twice in a row to Latvians in the semifinals that the Prime Minister resigned. They went right to the top. But no, to be more serious, there has been so much. This has been a long time coming, but something needs to change because the dysfunction and all the garbage that goes on in Hockey Canada, right, especially at the junior level, just seeped over into garbage. So just like at the top of the country, everything's got to change for Team Canada. Congratulations, Team USA. Red Wings own Trey Augustine, backstopping future, but as far as I'm putting in the coffin, Canada being the powerhouse in junior hockey, no, it comes through the USA now.
All right, well, and that's D-Mac. He's Canadian, so
he can say that.
Yep. Steve Wild, R.I.P. Prime Minister Trudeau. So, all right, I guess that is
How
accurate.
serious we take our hockey. Can't win, get rid of the Prime Minister.
That's what it took. That was the last straw.
That was the last straw. No, that was it. I mean, don't ask us how we work things out, but we got there.
You can take money out of our bank accounts. You can do all that, but you mess up hockey.
The living, cost of living, all the other guys. No. When the Canadian junior hockey team can't compete,
you leave the damn Timbits alone, and you make sure that the World
lines.
Juniors team can play.
That's it.
Those are the lines. All right, last one here. I'll ride off. This one's gonna hurt Spenny. Rest in peace to Kirk Cousins.
Spartan dog.
It's over.
Yeah, it is.
It's over. It's clearly over. There's a $65 million dead cap hit that the Falcons will have to endure next year. But it's a little more palatable because you have Michael Penix, so you have a quarterback. So you can just do it in one lump sum next year. It's over. However, Kirk Cousins, Spartan Dog, I will give him his respect as I shovel the dirt onto his grave. The sixth most amount of money made in NFL history was not by Drew Brees, was not by Peyton Manning. It was Kirk Cousins.
Spartan Dog, get your bag.
Pushing $300 million in career earnings in the NFL to never really do anything.
Not do much, no.
But
a new American legend.
I respect you, Kirk Cousins. You're an ultimate bag getter, and people need to put respect on Kirk Cousins' name. It's going to end badly. All things end badly.
The Jets will sign him. Or the Raiders.
But it doesn't. He's
cooked.
He's cooked.
Oh, he's
player-wise.
cooked for sure. Yeah.
Like player-wise, he's done. It's
Definitely.
over. But he'll get one last bag.
Shout out Kirk.
Shout out to you, Kirk Cousins. I strive to be you. I strive to be like you. Well done. Well done. Top 6 salary all time in the history of the
guy
NFL.
from the state.
What's that?
That's a guy from the state putting out for Michigan everywhere he's been. Obviously, Spartan Dog.
Yep.
So, shout out to
respect.
him.
You got to respect it, man.
He's got to be your top 5 bag getters all time.
People would be shocked to see Kirk Cousins on my list. He's up there near number 1, if not number 1.
I think Matt Flynn should be up there too.
Yeah, but
he got paid off one game.
$300 million.
Yeah.
That man made more money than Peyton Manning and Drew Brees in this game. Woodward Sports Chat Super Thread before we cut to the break. Art Vandelay. Rest in peace to my kids saying they are bored the entire winning break as I wave at them getting back on the bus to school.
Spenny, I like this. Flair versus Savage. Cousins was clearly a business major at Michigan State.
Facts.
Burn. Rest in peace, Green Bay Packers in the Super Chat. Maybe we'll dig you up in 5 years and check on you. Christian Watson is a bust. Jordan Love regressed. You are a 7th seed. 1-5 in division, and they're a playoff team. That's crazy. I got to respect the Packers for getting the bag.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Parlay those Saints wins to a playoff spot, man. Good for you. Absolutely good for you. Pre-game show, everybody. Nobody does a football game day like Woodward Sports does. That is confirmed. It all starts with Woodward in Maine, 8 to 9 a.m. Terry Foster, Matthew Broder. On Sundays, he's Matthew. Then they give way to the New Holland Brewing Company pre-game show. Myself and Sean Belesian confirmed we'll be live at Second Best for the duration of the run. 42 Watson Street in downtown Detroit. Brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey as well. When it's game time, it's Tully time. And it's Lions game time, it's Woodward time. Tens of thousands of you are tapping in and watching. We're grateful for that. But tell your friends and get in. Nobody does football. Remember this. Nobody, not the flagship radio station, not a television network, nobody does football like Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Yeah.
Crispy chicken and pizza. They've got their signature wings, 7 different flavors for you to choose from. They dropped off some lemon pepper and buffalo ones for the watch party last week. They were delicious. But you know my personal favorite is the spicy garlic. Try them all for yourself and choose your own favorite. Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza. Find the closest one near you at Sorokis.com.
All right, we're keeping it pushing. Everybody, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have Stick. We have Spenmo Rax. We have Chase here hanging out as well. And we have all of you hanging out in the Woodward Sports chat room also. People were talking about it. Brennan Armstrong in the chat. Top 5 bag getter segment. Yes, tomorrow we have top 5 Pop-Tarts. D-Mac will send his list. He's probably already got it made, or he could just rip it off the top of his head, I'm sure. The Pop-Tart's still a staple of the Darren McCarty diet, correct?
Yes, it is.
There it is.
Absolutely. When needed.
The man perpetually eats like a 12-year-old child, but hey, man, you're self-aware.
Nice to have the metabolism.
There you go. Absolutely. But we will do a top 5 bag getter segment as well. D-Mac, since you brought it up and aggressively put Canadian junior hockey into the coffin, which to hear was wild. But anyway, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just
factual.
saying, yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong. Red Wings tonight. Are we on to something?
Well, let's break it down, because you winning 4 in a row, being 4-1, especially after losing the first game to Toronto and stuff like that. But what is the difference, right? The difference is that you're scoring 3.8 goals a game.
Yep.
Why? What changed?
Power play's kicking. Power play. Why? Probably different look. There's 2 things. Changed up the PK and went to a diamond where guys are blocking shots and making it tougher and getting in a lane, and whatever they're doing, they're moving. The biggest thing is they've been challenged, and now they're playing up more to their potential. Even their top guys are being their top guys. You look at you want to call it a resurgence or something of getting out what we expected, and your top guys, Patrick Kane, scoring some key goals, getting some key points, looking more like Patrick Kane when he came last year, right? And being effective. Dylan Larkin, Mo Sider, their best players are just getting better, and that's what you like, because the rest of them will come. Right, the rest of them will come when your leaders are leading like that. The biggest one that I want to look to, though, right, because it's shots on goal. Remember earlier you said that and attempts. So under Derek, and this is a simple stat. Under Derek Lalonde, right, Dylan Larkin would average 2.5 shots a game. Mm-hmm. In the last 5 games, he's averaged 5 shots a game, which means the imperativeness, and I think we know it, is Todd McLellan's come in there and said we need more pucks to the net. Now that they may get blocked, like I'd mentioned last week when I looked up at the stats in the first period, they'd had 11 shots blocked. Good. You're it's baby steps. So They've bought in. Now it's when you make now games like tonight against Ottawa, who you're battling with, who you're trying to catch, who you're going to get into. It's got to be, you got to think that if one of you makes the playoffs, the other one won't.
Yeah.
So these are proverbial 4-point games. So the eyeball test is different, the act of getting things out, and it's accountability. Derek Lalonde, for whatever reason, and his tactics of more of there's nothing wrong here, we'll work our way out. The house isn't on fire as we're watching it burn, and Todd McClellan comes in and goes, "Whoa, my God, get the water.
Yeah.
This thing's ridiculous. You not see this? It's a 5-story fire going on right here." So accountability is number one, but the only way you get out is through your leaders, and your leaders are playing their best hockey.
And like you said, getting more pucks to the net is so important. They're getting the tip-ins. They're putting Veleno, Rasmussen, these guys in front of the net and getting deflections off them, not just putting, when they get a shot, putting it right into the goalie's chest. And I expected to see it, and we're seeing it with Todd Father in there. Like you said, Patrick Kane playing a lot better, Ben Sherratt playing a lot better, Andrew Kopp playing a lot better, Mott playing a lot better. Like, these veterans are buying in to what McClellan is preaching, and they're playing harder and more aggressive. He brought Veleno up to the first line. That's looked a lot. You get a guy in there to grind with the two scorers out there, and then you have Kopp in the second line with two shooters and two playmakers on the outside, so all he has to do is win faceoffs and play defensive hockey. So you're bringing out the best of these guys. You split up Edvinsson and Seider, so you have a good defenseman on the ice at all times. It's like kind of simple when you think about it, but this is why Todd McClellan has had a successful career coaching for over 16 years in the NHL. Like, there's a reason for that.
Woodward Sports Chat, Super Chat, Dante151, rest in peace to the Tennessee Titans. You fire GM but retain your coach? This is such a Bears move. Also, Neil, it's easy to find the answer with the Red Wings. They're playing effing hockey.
Yep.
So that is it. Nick Pancone in the chat. The Doc is in the house. Yes, he is. Let's take the break and we'll get to the Doc. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, this is the way that we expected, and Steve Yzerman, as he said, expected this team to play under Derek Lalonde.
Yes.
But unfortunately, he couldn't get this out of him, because what did he say in his press conference, Steve Yzerman? The team and to each individual is not playing up to what I expect. Now they're playing up to what we expect, and look, what? Oh, they're winning games, 4 in a row. So good luck tonight. Big game against the Ottawa Senators.
No, I'll definitely be tapped in. There is no question about it. We'll be in there. Tell about Mark White, Spenny.
If you're looking to buy or sell your home, Mark White should be your first choice. He can save you to $5,000 in your closing costs. Just visit him at markwhitesells.com or call him at 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com. He will put you in your dream home, and like I said, he'll save you up to $5,000 of those closing costs. Mark White should be your first choice.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
All right, Woodward Sports fans, whether you're hitting the game or just chilling, Jars Cannabis, they have you covered. Jars is home to Michigan's largest lineup of rec cannabis products. They've got 27 locations across the state, repping Michigan in a big way. 9 locations are right in Metro Detroit, so there's always one nearby. And if you're in Grand Rapids, Madison Heights, or Milan, get ready. New stores are coming your way soon. Make sure you check out the Darren McCarty brand today, Jars Cannabis.
Everybody, Big D Energy. It's Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get in there. We got Stick. Spencer Chase is in the building. And it's Tuesday, so you know Doc Jeff Pierce is in the building as well. Doc, as always, we appreciate your time, courtesy of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. And But this is it, man. All the injury discussions we've had, all the Aiden Hutchinson clips, all of it comes down to this. It's playoff time right now, Doc. How are you feeling, man? Are you fatigued? You put in a full season.
I'm telling you, I didn't expect all this work. You know? I've learned more about the Lions this year than my whole life.
No, it has been absolutely crazy.
I've watched more. I think the biggest takeaway, as we're looking back, is the impacts. I've never really appreciated the impact that you're seeing on the field. We've always, when we talk in our lectures and all that stuff, football is like a 70-mile-an-hour head-on collision. I mean, it's true. I mean, it's without a steel car in front of you. It's body to body at 70 miles an hour, and the way they pop up, that's the thing to get it. I don't know where you want to go today, but getting into like Alex, Angeloni. I mean, I estimated he was coming back. I didn't think he'd play every down. I didn't think he'd have an impact like he did. The guy was like they said, the return of the king. I mean, it was true, but then you think about it, what's he been doing for 6 weeks? He's resting the rest of his body. When you look at the whole lineup, all the other linebackers, every one of those guys are sore. You take 6 weeks off, that soreness is gone. He's been focused. I mean, his foot speed, his step was definitely quicker. I mean, he was quick. He was in on almost every play you heard his name.
Well, that's why you couldn't take him off the field. And the Lions talked about that. They envisioned a snap count for him, and it turned out the snap count was, 67 of 68 snaps
right.
or whatever it was. No, it was wild. I will say this, too, Doc, before we get into it. We'll get into the Terry and Arnold thing as well, and if you have any thoughts on the Anzalone situation. But I will say this, like the segment that we have done, I have seen this in other sports now, and I notice it. When you have talked about the strength of muscle will win the battle over the strength of bones every single time. Like, I've noticed that when players plant their foot and you see them get injured, you can almost see the transaction happening where the muscle grips and something's got to go.
Right.
And it's not going to be that muscle that's been so finely tuned.
Yeah, I mean, these guys can you should strengthen bone as we go and we age and all the impact stuff, but it's not like muscle. You start creating imbalances, but football players are a muscle imbalance. That's how they're so good. They're sports specific. They're the cross training. That's why it's so important, the plyometrics. But I don't know where you want to. I can get into that, but I don't know if you want to do that.
I think the most, the biggest thing, and I think DNC ENT is talking about his lungs, but his conditioning. Like, to be able to be a pro and to keep yourself in that conditioning that he had, like, he made it so he couldn't take it out. And obviously, listening to interviews with Alex before, because leading up to the game, he wasn't sure because he hadn't practiced till like Thursday or something like this. That just goes to show you the mentality of these guys, and it goes into Terry and Arnold. But when you listen to these guys talk, the number one thing when we go back to it is the guy next to you more important to you than yourself? The first thing out of these guys' mouth is what I mean, what I don't want to let my other guys down. I don't want to let my teammates down. So to be out there and be that impactful, Alex Anzalone knew, and he did everything in his ability to get himself back out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was said, he changed that culture. It's like getting the number 4 batter back in your lineup. Everything falls together. The pieces were much, they fit better with him in there. That energy he brought to the game, the fight he had to get back. I mean, you're talking about lung, you're talking about conditioning. This guy wasn't eating bombs waiting for his arm to heal. He was working the rest of his body out, and it's evident what he did. I mean, first play. Like I say, they need a few hits before they get their adrenaline and get that comfort level. That guy had no hesitation. I didn't see any hesitation in that game.
Jerry Alexander Stick in the chat says Woodward Sports needs to sell a secret sauce shirt in the.
As soon as Doc tells me the recipe.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a charitable thing for our new clinic.
Dr. Jeff Pierce joining us here as he does every Tuesday. He is our injury insider. Nick Hedigan says Duke kept up on his cardio, which we see Hutch doing as well. And that's where I wanted to go with it, Doc, was I suspect this is different than it was 15 years ago, definitely different than it was 30 years ago. The avenues of cardio, like Hutch, like broken bone in his leg, right? Like broken leg. Obviously, you can't do cardio like pedal a bike or run on a treadmill, like the common the common cardio things that we think of, right? There are ways you can have a broken leg and still get cardio conditioning in.
Oh, all day. And we have it for people that have lower extremities. It's an ergometer for upper body. There's the swimming. There's the water running. All that stuff. The cardio should never fall unless you have a serious injury. But a broken bone, no. Your cardio should. There's a ton of ways. Meditation and yoga, if you're doing it right, builds your cardio. I mean, we have such a science of what's going on. The Olympic sports have advanced us, kind of like NASA advanced other technology. The Olympic camp has advanced our abilities to train people, because those are millimeters or seconds. So all that technology in an NFL locker room is all available. I mean, it's just, there's no excuses. It's the will of who wants to do it. And you're looking at a Hutchinson and Angeloni that has the 150% will, not the 100, not the 110. These guys are 150. I mean, watching Hutchinson on the sideline, I mean, he was motivated. Just walking around he had barely a limp going.
Woodward Sports chat thread has some business suggestions for you, Doc. They and multiple people have said you need to trademark secret sauce immediately.
All right, let's
get your legal team on it, Doc.
All right, let's do that.
Let's shift gears here. Terrion Arnold, the right foot, and it looked bad, and was carted off the field. Was later seen in a walking boot. Turns out the X-rays were negative, and Doc, again, just to grandstand a little bit with what D-Mac brought up about how he in the press conference when he was talking about it to the media said essentially, I'll go out there on the field and die for those guys next to me. He literally said that. So, it's one of those things, Doc, where, and we don't know the extent, right? They didn't give out a lot of the medical information on it, but my initial reaction when I saw it was when he rolled over and kind of the leg hit the other leg, right? Like, and that's I was worried about, like broken ankle or something along those lines, but X-rays are negative, so here we go.
Well, don't forget, X-rays just show bone. We're still talking about ligaments and muscles and tears and strains and everything like that. The guy who's going to benefit some of the most is that week off. The bye week is him. He's going to baby that thing. He's, I hate to keep pushing it, but he's going to get some secret sauce, get some stuff going, get that healing. Him not being on the field in 2 weeks, I'd be surprised. I mean, he's going to be overly cautious, carting him off the field. I think he did freak. I think there was a moment of like, oh my gosh, he says, I talked to God and prayed. And so it was an impactful thing, like you saw it. But these guys are so strong and pliable and flexible. I want to say I'm confident he's going to be there in 2 weeks because he will baby it. The guy's got the football smarts. He doesn't need to be taking, practice field right now. I think he'll get the rest. That 2 weeks will make a difference. Some of the secret sauce, those trainers are, like he even said it, hats off to the trainers. They've done an unbelievable job this year, that whole medical team. I'm glad they're getting some kudos, which they should be. If they get a Super Bowl ring, those guys that whole medical staff deserves one. I'd love one too, but I'm not within that system.
You're not in there.
No, I mean, it's such a great point. And that was friendly fire too.
Right, that's
like
the tough part.
Being aggressive and stuff like that. But I'm more concerned. I want to go to like Zeitler came out hamstring. Is a hamstring like as long as it's not a tear, but like a strain, having that extra week off? Like to me, it's the bumps and bruises. And what I like is giving our offensive guys a rest. Ragnon is on an operable toe. Mm-hmm. Decker, at times, has looked menial. But I think that's just more like rest. But on the hamstring is that if it's just a pull like the 2 weeks, you should be good, right?
He'll be better, right? So a hamstring, depending on the degrees, at 1 through 4, 1, you're good in 2 weeks. At 2, you're feeling a lot better in 2 weeks. At 3, you're like, I'm gonna get through this. And 4 is like, I gotta see if I can push off. Those kind of things. So there's that grading system, but again, a hamstring you can wrap. A hamstring you can give a little bit of treatment, secret sauce before, and they can get through a game. I mean, these guys are playing, all lights, everything, all hands on deck right now, for every game.
Jason Kenyon in the Super Chat has a question for you, Doc. Doc, have you ever dealt with rodeo injuries? I've had quad tears, MCL sprains, femoral nerve damage, and a foot snapped in half. The foot was reconstructed. You ever deal with any rodeo people?
I've dealt with rodeo people whose
For real?
were, oh yeah, super cross. You know, the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Those guys they're the worst. Like rodeo, they'll do the small tears. They don't have that high velocity impacts like the motorcycle guys. I mean, I had one motorcycle guy when we covered the Palace for the event. He literally had a 6-inch difference between one leg to the other because he lost so much bone in the one leg. So yeah, I've been around a long time. He literally had his pedal elevated 6 inches because his upper body was fine. He shattered his pelvis, he shattered his femur. He had literally 6 inches. He got off, and he literally, it wasn't like an amputated leg. I deal with amputees too, but it's almost like he was mobilized as an amputee.
My dad used to ride rodeo because he was from New Mexico, and a bull rolled over on him and absolutely just crushed his entire knee. He had a scar like from the bottom of here all the way up to his thigh. I mean, this was back in like the 60s, 70s, but still, those rodeo injuries are no joke.
No, those guys are animals.
Yeah,
Xavier D in the chat wants to know, is complaining, does that qualify as cardio? What if you yell really loud?
Can I go on off color?
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that how females get 90% of their cardio?
Oh, boy.
No. Expressed here. By the rest of the,
reflect those of Dr. Pearson.
No. Just trying to get more of a female crowd. Trying to rile them up.
Rile them up a little bit.
It was a Charles Barkley move right there.
That absolutely was. That absolutely was. But yeah, lots to talk about the rodeo injuries now. That's going on in the chat. Doc, we'll wrap it up on this bye thing. This extra week off for this team in this state right now. And as you said, you've kept your ear to the ground for Lions injuries like you never have in your life before. It's a kind of a summation of it all. Are we overstating what this bye week will do for this team and these guys that are injured? Are we overstating it, or is it really that big?
It's that big for our situation. And the thing you worry about, like if you go, not to bring up the NCAA, but every team that had a bye week lost in the college ranks.
Right.
How locked in were they? Like you got to worry about how your players are locked in, right? I think without a doubt these players are all locked in. They're taking the advantage of it. They're not, extending the lunches. Okay, we got a bye week. I'm going to extend my Game Boy, gaming, all that stuff. They're like, I have more time to be working with the therapy team, the rehab team, to get me ready because you know what? The guy next to me is doing the same thing. You can't underestimate the culture that Dan Campbell's built. I mean, hats off to him. I mean, Gibbs, these guys are doing phenomenal. There's no selfishness. You don't see any selfishness on this team. You go to every team right now, Kansas City, just stay with the Lions. There's no selfish momentum at all at this team. It's kind of like, going back to with Darren. You watch the Red Wings. I took it for granted how great the Red Wings were because that's how I started my career. I thought everybody was going to be like that.
Yeah.
I had the Lions back then, and we saw the two polar opposites. But you just can't underestimate that power of the culture, what they're doing, how they feel about the guy next to them. The locker room is fun, it makes a major difference. Aaron Rodgers, things like that. You can have great players, but getting the most out of the player to play at his maximum. I forget who said it, Robinson or something. Like people tossed me away, and you guys gave me a chance. Yeah. And look what I proved. You got the best out of me because I wanted to prove something. And Campbell has done that. Not that I'm rambling right now.
Of what this week is, because you can't, and I know the coaches will be game planning and putting things together, but you don't know who you're going to play. So this week is about being at, and I don't expect them to be on the field as much, but they're in the locker room, they're in the training room, they're together.
Oh yeah, you're the court. You're good, man. You're good.
I'm replacing that court after the show.
They're together. Right, so whether guys are getting treatment, and you saw this back in the day, where's the busiest spot in the locker room. It's the training room.
Oh, yeah.
That's the breakfast spot. That's where everybody hangs out. So when you have a culture like this, these guys are together talking, but they're getting their treatment and they're being there and they're holding each other accountable because this is just, listen to their coach. Yeah, way to go. We accomplished something that we wanted to accomplish, but we ain't even done.
No.
And they know that. So this is just taking this availability. I think they'll amp it up, more or less into the weekend and next week when they know they're going to play.
Yeah, they love hearing right now our defense isn't there. I mean, what motivated them against Minnesota? How many times do we hear about there's no defense here, it's going to be an offensive game? How wrong are every one of those, us, everybody who thinks they're experts, how wrong were we?
100%.
I mean,
100%. They didn't even get a touchdown, Doc. Doc, as always, man, we appreciate the time, my friend.
We'll get that secret sauce. Let's go.
Secret sauce. Get
you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to put the Woodward Sports logo, our faces, and secret sauce t-shirts.
There you go. And you can wear them at the watch party.
You can wear them at the watch party. The live watch party and post-game show here at Woodward Sports are the best way for you to get your fix on Detroit Lions coverage. Me and Easy, every watch party, and Stick and Anson is always on the post-game show. Insane, over 6,000 live viewers on the post-game show last week. We're going to be back. We're doing it for this playoff run. It is presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza, and 1800 Tequila, and it's only a Hayes Social, the best spot in Metro Detroit to catch a game.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Neil Rule here for FeldmanAuto.com. There's 18 Feldman Automotive dealerships in and around the Metro Detroit area. We know about Feldman Chevrolet because they're Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the nation's #1 EV dealer. What if you want a Ford? What if you want a Kia? It does not matter. FeldmanAuto.com is always the first step because, as we said, there's 18 different Feldman Automotive dealerships. The buying experience, second to none. I got the keys to my car in an hour and a half. From, hey, that's the car I want, let's do it, to my keys in an hour and a half, guys. They're rooted in the community. They do great work with the Children's Miracle Network Hospital as well. And they've been around since 1996. That's really all you need to know. FeldmanAuto.com if you want a car.
All these Choff beats got me thinking of opening day. And opening day this year is on a Friday.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I used to pray for times like this.
Oh, man. I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
You ready to get up on stage again, Spenny?
Oh, yeah.
A couple bottles of champagne.
Oh, yeah.
Get the crowd going.
Can't wait.
Coming up to the stage, that's right, it's Spencer Raxter.
It was always my favorite day of the year because it was always a symbol of what Detroit could be. Like, no matter, even when Detroit was in the dumps, that one day you were looking around like, man, this city's got something if we could do this more consistently.
Yep, and here we are now. So,
is your mic not working now?
Yeah, not good.
Hold on, D-Mac.
Yeah, Stick did make some mixing and scratching done on the audio. No, but Spenny is Rad Dad Scott. Spenny wants to let you know. Don't forget your towel.
No, I will have my towel on me for sure.
Oh, you will, huh?
I will. I'm telling you what, man. I'm
check.
Good.
Good.
What about
good?
Yeah,
Good.
there we go.
We're just talking about Spenny's towel. Yeah.
was one of the establishments back in the day. It is reopened off of Broadway downtown.
Yeah, congratulations, Post Bar. What a great establishment.
Oh, yeah. Legendary.
Yeah. Hope Corey McKay's back down there bartending.
Danny G, 3 minutes, boys, and you better start setting up the good headphones and getting the lemons prepped.
That's true.
That's why I just switched
Well,
it.
yeah.
That's why you think you rushed to do it now.
Yeah.
I did not want Ermanni and Edwards walking into a studio that was not working.
Absolutely
Even though
not.
Ryan's not here today. Spoiler alert.
Yes. All right, that'll do it for the show here today. Big shout out to Dr. Pierce, man. Certainly do appreciate that. We'll be back at it. You're out tomorrow, D-Mac. What do you got popping?
I'm back Thursday. You're out Thursday?
Yeah, I will be out on Thursday. I will be in Cincinnati.
D-Mac, you work Friday? We'll talk about it after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
All right, so there it is.
There it is.
After this, I only have 4 road trips left for college basketball, which is kind of wild. But
That is pretty wild.
Backloaded home games.
When's
which
that
is
season at?
March. All right, everybody. That will do it for D-Mac, for Stick. Stick and the German Dope Beats, Chase, and, of course, Spencer Rexter. I'm Neil Rule. Well, see you later.
Here's Spenny. Oh, never mind.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.